Now?
It is now.
Okay, cool. All right. So, from chapter 13, I kind of like this one the best for like the types of crisis and
Mhm.
how to get over them. So I do want to continue in sports. So the three that I think could kind of ruin us the most would be the public perception, just because with any sports team, I mean, your fans are what you need. So if you don't have any fans, you don't have a team. The second one is an economic crash. So our sales haven't been doing too good this season. So I feel like that could be another factor in kind of like a economic crisis or a crisis.
Mhm.
The last one is human resources, just because my team is really close, and I feel like sometimes that can kind of push buttons if you say the wrong thing, if you're too friendly with someone.
Yeah.
So those are just the three that I had for chapter 13.
Yeah, I had pretty similar ones actually. So
Yeah.
I'm right now staying with Starbucks, and so I chose public perception because, like I talked about last time, like how much
Yeah.
things go out there really affect like how the stores are and what people like, either the partners and the employees or
Yeah.
the customers talk about, and what like that can make or break you, especially with like the former CEO right now, even like kind of dipping into politics has already been like a madhouse because people
Yeah.
like think that like we're supporting him, or that like, that we're the ones saying it, and like
Yeah.
how it all went down. Like I can only imagine whenever it like officially gets announced, I think it'll be a bigger deal than what they're actually anticipating, because
Yeah.
I've just seen like him make comments in the past and like how much people explode on us, like let alone like if you run for office, like that's a huge deal. Like, so it'll be interesting to see even how that's on there. So that was mine, is public perception, product or service, especially with Starbucks being like a food industry place.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge there is that we don't produce a lot of our own like stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like dealing with third party vendors and stuff like that. But of course the consumer doesn't know that or anything like that. So it's one of those things that are going to be never ending. And then resources, because you have when you have a lot of people in one place, I think that that's always a factor, especially in the world today, and how diverse and how complex it could be.
Yeah. So
it was a really, like you said, like it was probably one of the most interesting, I think, just because like, you're a communication major, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the majority of us get into it because you're eventually like go into something like that, or like, you're interested in that kind of thing. So it's cool to kind of see like everything kind of tie in from what like I've learned before, and then like actually seeing like the beginning of like the like public resources part and like the crisis management and all that stuff is really intriguing. It's always been.
It is, and having to, I mean, it's definitely like impossible to get away from crisis and problems that are going to pop up, and dealing with them is just like kind of an everyday job. Get used to it after a while, I guess.
I think sometimes too, we think crisis is something so big and major, and it's not always like that. It could be something super simple and super every day. You just don't even think, oh, it's a problem, or like, oh yeah, I'm just handling it. Like, but really, that's considered a crisis just like anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I really didn't have much when it came to chapter 12, just because the leader and leader development, and it's just pretty much all it was about. And yeah, I did say that I feel like leader development is more important, because I think just having a strong leader that's always trying to help themselves and improve themselves is always something super important, because you can always improve on yourself. There's nothing that like you can't improve on. You can always do better, I feel like, and you can always learn to do better. And I feel like with leadership development, let's see what I said. I feel like it could get kind of hectic, because if you have too many people like working on the same thing, I feel like um, kind of communication gets kind of stewed around when there's too many people working on the same thing together.
I think leader development is just so much more like sustainable in the long run. If you put that time and effort into one person, they're more likely to really care and feel valued, and really grow as an individual. And then they'll be able to teach people more, versus if you try and kind of approach it in a big organization, a leadership way, like it's a lot harder to have really strong people. You might have a couple good people just because of their own qualities and their own ability to learn, but it's not anything that you're really putting time into, or anything that you're truly doing. It's little tiny things like all over the place. Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch the BP video? I know it said that it wants us to talk a little bit about that and how they handled that.
No, I haven't. I need to do the rest of my homework tonight, so I actually have to check up on that. I didn't watch the video. What was it about? Just the
Yeah, so it's all. Do you remember the oil spill that happened a long time ago? Like we were like
Yeah.
kids, but like even I remember it. Like I remember even the ducks, like in the like.
Yeah, I remember it very well when that happened.
Yeah, and so it's really about that and how like they really just took profit over safety, and all this stuff was happening, and the big Texas one for the Gulf of Mexico, and then like stuff
Yeah.
in Alaska, and it really shows the like crisis management that they had, and they really lackly had, because
Yeah.
they do a good job of like there's this girl Roe that lost both of her parents in the explosion, and
Wow.
they tried to pay her off to just be quiet about all their like safety security stuff, and she
Wow.
said no, and like they eventually like wrote her a letter about like just her dad, but like they never wrote her a letter about her mom, and like so she ended up taking them to court just because she wanted them to have to share the information about them being like
Yeah.
unsafe.
They couldn't hide that. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because they were trying to avoid it and they weren't taking ownership of it, and like it's literally kind of like everything in our book but like the opposite way of like
Yeah.
this big humongous thing.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, I need to watch that actually. That seems really interesting. I remember when that happened, the huge dilemma that they went under. I'm honestly surprised they didn't go out of business.
yeah.
And all that stuff.
That's a
Well,
joke. You could still preserve even if you do things the wrong way. But
yeah, man, that's so crazy.
yeah,
Um, well, do you think this is probably good for today?
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All
And
right.
then really quick, I know Cole hasn't put in any of the stuff for our project.
I saw that. I was just looking at
I'm a
that.
little nervous. So
Me
what I'm
too.
thinking is maybe we could both try and like split up like one more and just kind
Yeah.
of put it in, and we're trying to reach out to him. But I'm a little nervous to wait till last minute because it is due on Tuesday. So hopefully we
Yeah. I'm gonna probably try to work on it tonight and maybe some tomorrow. Maybe I'll finish my part tonight and then maybe we can give him till tomorrow and see that if he's
yeah,
gonna
I'll
do a
definitely try to reach
video.
out to him again and see what he says. And
Yeah.
maybe he hasn't, he just hasn't uploaded it, hopefully. But
Yeah, and he hasn't even like responded about today. So I wonder. I
um,
don't know.
so all right, well we'll figure it out. We'll be in touch and try and
Yeah.
I'm off today, so I'll try and do as much as I can too to help.
Yeah, and we don't have a long drive. We're about to leave, so we'll be okay. I can do it right when I get home.
Perfect. All right. Well, have a great day.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.